to deprive the economic incentive that drives illegal immigration, which is the employer. And that nobody really wants to talk about that. I also practice employment and labor law in the state of California. And what drives the illegal immigration is because they know for a fact, whether you're seeking asylum or not, you're going to have a higher rate of pay. You're going to enjoy a higher quality of life here in the United States because someone is willing to break the law, pay you under the prevailing living wage, and hire you without paying taxes and without reporting those taxes and those wages to the federal government. I think the federal government needs to go after the people who are exploiting oppressed and undocumented workers by depriving them of their fair living wage. And who bears the weight of this? It's middle America. You have two extremes economically. The illegal immigrant, of course, they get money for their wages. And the corporations, they get money that they save from not paying taxes to this worker. And what you're hearing right now with the Trump debate on immigration is that he's speaking to middle America and he said, you got left out. You are the one paying the Social Security, the Medicare, the Medi-Cal, all of that social net, you're the ones paying for it. And largely he is correct. And what is most telling and most difficult to understand is how this whole area of law that I've been practicing for 15 years got so political. A couple of years ago, under the Obama administration, he was willing to say, hey, we got to have a solution. Let's give dreamers an employment card. And now Trump is offering them residence, but the Democrats famously didn't even want to give residence for the dreamers. So you talk about politicization and using people as pawns. Both parties are doing it, and that's where we've got to get honest and real about this.
Okay, so your solution. And 2 out of 3 Americans agree with that same sense of dealing with the employers, that is something that should be done. There is a belief that people who are coming here illegally are depressing the wages of American workers. Why is it that the political parties can't agree on that?
They're both eating off of the financial trough. They're both getting money from these employments and these corporations. They're both making money. And if we're real as Americans, we don't want to pay $30 for an American-born landscaper. We want to pay $8. We want a nanny that we can pay under the prevailing wage because we all want capitalism to thrive. But if we're going to get real about immigration, we got to address that in and of ourselves and then define what America is going to look like. Because right now, demographically, America doesn't have a sustainable amount of births to be able to foment a large and prevailing population. And the only way that we're able to increase our population right now is because of immigrant births. So if we're going to stay competitive financially, we do rely on the dreamers, on the DACA recipients, on the young people who are now paying into a system. We do need it, but we also can't go to a far extreme and say, there's no problem and there's no emergency. There really is, because this problem is just going to get worse the more we decide to
she was pointing to Reyes when she said that.
Fix the legal loopholes.
Huh?
They have a hard time understanding how Central American smugglers of people understand immigration law better than congressmen. They understand the loophole. Yes. They understand the loophole. They know that if you bring a child over here, they can't keep you longer than 20 days. And they know that if you're a woman and you claim asylum, they will let you out. So they understand it, but American congressmen who are Ivy League trained don't get this, or they ignore it, or they're dishonest.
Well, now, one of the things you tapped into, obviously, there is that the American people strongly believe there is no problem in the nation that Congress can't make worse. And it is because of that lack of understanding. But Dr. Monjaras, if we address this question,